Welcome back to Veteran Game, where the reviews are honest, the opinions are bold, and we don't sugarcoat a thing. If you want deep dives, real talk, and a little sarcasm with your game analysis, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss a single review. Today's subject, La Quimera. This one comes with baggage, big expectations, a famous pedigree, and honestly a lot of confusion. This game was hyped as the new single-player FPS experience from the ex-Metro devs at Reburn. When you hear Metro devs are making a new sci-fi shooter, you expect grit, polish, maybe a little post-apocalyptic heart. Instead, La Quimera turns out to be, well, not exactly a disaster, but definitely not the resurrection of single-player shooters we were hoping for. The setup is straight out of dystopian sci-fi. It's 2064. The world's broken, city-states run everything, and Nuevo Caracas is the new war zone playground. You're a mercenary, fresh meat for a low-rent private military company. Instead of a big open world, you're hopping between contracts, outfitting exosuits, and blasting your way through compact, linear missions that feel more like PS2-era throwbacks than modern masterpieces. And look, I'm not above a bit of nostalgia, especially when it's got a futuristic twist. The visuals. They look genuinely sharp, especially if you're lucky enough to have a high-end rig. The weapon models are slick. And there are little moments where the level design shines, rain glinting off slum rooftops, neon cityscapes that feel almost alive. For a few minutes here and there, you get the sense that La Quimera is about to deliver something special. But then reality sets in. Let's get the elephant out of the room right away. The bugs are everywhere, and not the good atmospheric Metro-style mutants. We're talking audio dropping out for entire scenes, HUD elements going MIA, reticles getting stuck, and that classic "why can't I aim down sights anymore" feeling. Sometimes you'll pick up credits, and the game will act like you just stole candy from a baby. Nothing registers, nothing happens, try again. And there's always that moment when the game decides to crash, just for the fun of it. If you're hoping the story will save things, brace yourself. It starts strong. A war-torn Latin American future, a protagonist rising through the ranks of a struggling PMC, a city torn between high-tech security and slumdog desperation. The ingredients are there, but then you start to hear the dialogue. It's a strange mix of English, Ukrainian accented Spanish, and frankly, some of the most wooden line reads you'll hear this year. It's hard to take a story seriously when the actors sound like they're reading from a phrasebook. I get that the devs are Ukrainian, and I respect the hustle, but if your world is supposed to feel like Venezuela in the year 2064, maybe hire a couple of Latin American actors. Just a thought. Still, maybe you're here for the shooting. I get it. Gunplay is tight enough for a budget game. And the arsenal is genuinely fun to look at: pistols, rifles, energy weapons for robots, classic ballistics for humans. You get to swap out parts of your exosuit for new passive bonuses and abilities, like wall hacks or drones. There are sparks of creativity in there. Unfortunately, the combat starts to feel repetitive after an hour. Humans go down fast with bullets, robots take EM shots. The twist. Every firefight mixes the two, so you're swapping guns every few seconds just to keep up. It gets old fast, and don't expect to be here long. La Quimera is short, like just getting comfortable. Game's already over, short. I clocked about 5 hours, saw most of what the game has to offer, and finished with the weird sense that I just played a paid demo, not a finished product. The campaign ends on a cliffhanger, the story doesn't resolve, and there's almost zero replay value. You can replay levels on higher difficulty for more credits, but good luck finding the motivation. The systems are shallow, and progression is so basic that you'll probably unlock most of what you want before the halfway mark. Now, the exosuit abilities do add a bit of tactical flavor, scanning through walls, deploying drones, hacking enemies, going invisible. But the game limits you to just a couple at a time, and because the levels are so small and linear, you rarely get to experiment. There's a kernel of a good idea here buried under all the bugs and missing content. And about that co-op mode, if you can actually get a full squad together and everyone is willing to deal with bugs, broken voice chat, and a paper-thin campaign, maybe you'll get a couple of hours of so bad it's funny fun out of it. or you'll just end up wishing you'd played literally any other co-op shooter instead. The real shame is that you can see the love and hard work that went into certain parts of La Quimera. The art direction, the environmental storytelling, the attempts at world building. It's not a phoned-in effort. The devs went through hell to make this game, but it just doesn't come together. Instead of a tight, satisfying sci-fi FPS, we get a product that feels rushed, unfinished, and badly in need of more time in the oven. If you're desperate for an old-school, story-driven shooter, and you can forgive a laundry list of technical problems, you might find a few moments of fun here, especially if you grab it on a deep sale. But for everyone else, your money is better spent on replaying Metro Exodus, or honestly any classic FPS from the last decade. La Quimera had potential. Maybe with a few massive patches or a true relaunch, it could get there. But as it stands now, it's just another cautionary tale of why even talented studios need time, resources, and the right cast to really stick the landing. If you appreciate this kind of no BS, gamer-to-gamer honesty, hit that like button, drop a comment with the shortest FPS campaign you ever played, and subscribe for more fearless reviews right here on Veteran Game. I'm out, see you in the next one, where hopefully the next big indie FPS actually lives up to the hype.